Hello guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Cloud 2. Last time we beat up Flotsam and his goons. And after that I went ahead and finished up the stuff I needed to do for the all pictures video. And then listed off everything that I could make in Chapter 1, so if you'd like to see that, go ahead and check that out. That might come out after this episode. But it will come up before Chapter 2, so if it's not out yet, hang tight. But yeah, that's what that video was for. During that video, if Thorn will put it on screen, I picked up 2 treasure boxes here in town. These treasure boxes spawn after you beat Linda. I didn't come back up and get them then. But yeah. One is right here in front of Cedric's shop, right underneath his repair signs. And another one is around the corner over here, up against this wall. Over here is another Fruit of Eden, I believe, and then the potato pie is what was in front of his house. Now the potato pie is only Max can eat, and it raises his defense. In this case, it doubled his defense. It doesn't do that every time. It goes up by 4 for every one you eat. We got another Apple of Eden, which we're going to go ahead and use on him. So that would have been considerably helpful when I was trying to get the picture last episode. Or the episode before. One of the two. But yeah. So all that's done now. And as you can see, we have 916 gil. Or Gilda. Sorry. Played too much Final Fantasy. What we're going to do now is, while I wouldn't recommend doing this yourself, I technically have to buy it for editing reasons. I would wait till you actually have the spare 100. Or the spare 1,000. To buy the monster notes. So what I'm going to do, since I have a decent amount of Sea Dragon crystals, is I'm going to sell... I'll sell 3, so I have a little left over. To buy the monster notebook. The stats that you would have been seeing up to this point come from this book. I'm going to go ahead and scroll through it now so I can take screenshots for the editor. So feel free to look at any of these as I'm going through. Should I leave that in the video? Yeah, I'm going to leave that in the video. Alright, so yeah. Feel free to take a look. Actually, you know what? We're going to go over everything in detail here, because while I'll be throwing these up per episode as we run into the creatures, I want to go over them in a bit more detail. So the bat, as you can see, his habitat's the underground channel. We've beaten 13 of them all together. He gives 6 experience, 6 gold. His weakness for element is cyclone. His weakness for weapons is a normal gun, a magic gun, and magic. Ineffective weapons are the wrench and the grenade launchers, which is another type of gun. He has a chance to drop holy water, wind crystals, or bundles of hay. The sewer rat gives 6 experience and 6 gold. Is weak to flame and beast. And his weapon that he's weakest to is the sword. We've beaten a total of 9 of them all together. And he has a chance to drop a rolling log or a hunter crystal. Froggy. Also 6 gold and 6 experience. His weaknesses are chill, lightning, and scale. And the sword is most effective against him. He has a chance to drop a Sea Dragon crystal and poison. The clown. 6 gold, 6 gilda. Weaknesses are flame and chill. No effective weapons, no ineffective weapons. And he can drop bread, protector crystal, or sugarcane. The turtle, 6 gold, 6 experience, as everything has been so far. Has a weakness to lightning and smash. The effective weapons are the wrench, the grenade launcher, the magic gun, and he resists the sword and basic gun. He has a chance to drop a stone, a protector crystal, or a water element. The Baron Balloon, the first thing that breaks the 6-6 ratio. It's worth 9 gold and 8 experience points. He's weak to flame and lightning, weak to all guns, and the wrench is ineffective. He has a chance to drop bomb nuts and a wind crystal. Oh, that's why. Okay. I had L1 instead of over. The Night Stalker has 8 experience, 9 gold. His weaknesses are flame and exorcism. His weakness can't be flame. What's the other FL? One sec. I guess it is flame. Okay. I guess it is flame. So flame and exorcism. His biggest weakness is magic. He has a chance to drop a holy water, a flame crystal, or glass material. The mimic is worth 8 experience and 12 gold. Weak to flame and smash. Magic guns are his biggest weakness. He resists the normal gun. And he has a chance to drop a destruction crystal. Flotsam Balloon, the thing that can only be encountered during that boss fight. Is weak to flame and lightning. Weak to all guns. The wrench is ineffective. Drops no items, but drops 10 experience and 14 gold. Definitely the easiest way to farm for your gun if you want to stay in that fight and constantly be killing these guys over and over again. That fight is indefinite as long as you got the items to do it. So farm as long as you can if you really want to. However, the attack where he drops these are very, very rare. So it might take a while. The Darkness also drops 10 experience and 12 gold. His weaknesses, or weak element, is exorcism. His weaknesses are magic gun and magic. Everything else is ineffective. And then he drops the bomb nut, holy crystal, or silver balls. Next up is the Vanguard, which drops 16 experience, 14 gold. Weakness is lightning. It has no weapon weaknesses, but resists everything but the grenade launcher. He has a chance to drop repair powder, power crystal, or hunks of copper. Then the King Mimic, which I wrongly stated last episode or the episode before had the most experience. Apparently the Vanguard does by 6 more. My bad. His weaknesses are flame and smash. Effective weapon is the magic gun. He resists normal and grenade launcher. So that is all the monsters for Chapter 1. The reason I have this little interlude here wasn't for that. I just decided to do that as I bought the book. But the main reason I came back is for something that Donnie can actually give us. As we were running around taking pictures, we leveled up our photography skills. He's going to have 2 rewards for us. One is for leveling up our photography, and I think the other one is just for how many scoops we got, which currently is 4. First we're going to go ahead and dig for a scoop. Figured out 11 more scoops. Ooh, you got 4 new scoops. I knew it had it in you. We get a diamond for our troubles. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and accept that. Save this diamond. It may be very tempting to put it into your weapon. For any of those of you who've played before, gemstones are essentially multiple versions of these in one synthesis point. So it may be very tempting to put into your weapon, but I will say, save this. Especially if you are a completionist. Because it is very hard to get your hands on these. Very, very hard. So we're going to go ahead and filter that now. We're going to go ahead and look at our inside scoop memo. We now have stuff for Chapter 2, which we can't actually have access to yet. If you were to check this earlier, as we've had the inside scoop memo for a while, you would actually already have a couple Chapter 2 things. Namely these two right here, I believe. Well, as well as having a lot of the Chapter 1 ones. So, the rest of these we can't quite get yet. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to show off in this episode. However, we are going to jump back into the channel for a little bit. As I want to make sure I at least have both weapons up to level 5. So I'm going to get them to that before we move on. Is it the smartest decision? Probably not. Because I will say, jumping into Chapter 2, the dungeon there immediately has better EXP yields than here does. The most you get here is from the Vanguard at 16, whereas a basic enemy there, smallest, I think is 14. And that's for an enemy that's 2 or 3 floors into the dungeon. Everything else is 16 or higher. So yeah, going into Chapter 2 is definitely a better way of grinding. However, I want to do this right now. So I'm going to leave the recording going in case anything funny happens while I'm working on it. Otherwise, we'll cut back when I'm done. Okay, we're cutting back to right here. I just finished up this floor and opened the door. I haven't stepped through quite yet. But we do indeed have the gun to level 5. The wrench is only level 4. But it's 2 or 3 kills maybe away from being level 5. So I'm going to go ahead and save that for later. And with that, we're going to go ahead and finish up Chapter 1. I only ran this floor twice, by the way, to finish capping them off. This is technically the best floor in terms of experience, but in this particular case, it's only that for the Ripod, as all the stuff that gives good experience you would kill with the Ripod anyway. Because if you switch back to max before collecting the experience, it gets split between the two weapons. And even with as much as they give, that's not the best weapon growth. So I personally like doing this one, where most of the stuff's weak to Max's gun. And then this one when I'm training his wrench. I just ran this one twice since I was so close on both of them, but anyway. Let's continue onward.
That was the first time I had seen it. The sky that reached so far away, so far above. The most beautiful thing I had ever seen. But I was yet to realize that great changes were happening in the world. Cedric, what are you doing here?
What you think? You surprised? The Blackstone Railroad's back and ready for action. We're gonna see the world on this baby. Max, we got quite an adventure ahead of us. Hop on so we can hit the road. Listen up, Max. This is what I found out from Need. His story was pretty far-fetched. It was 15 years ago.
Something terrible happened in the world. What exactly happened? You don't need this letter to tell you that, do you, Mother? Listening to Cedric's story, at first I was surprised. But as I listened, I slowly started to understand exactly what it was that was happening around me. 15 years ago, the world was laid to waste, and all that remained was the town of Palm Brinks. Our enemy, the one who destroyed everything, was a mysterious ruler. His name? Emperor Griffin. We still don't know why he did this, why he destroyed our world. The reason that he did not also destroy Palm Brinks was because of a stone he believed was hidden in our town. Yes, the stone I'm wearing right now. Griffin's henchman, Flotsam, threatened the mayor and made him search for the stone. And that's why, when he found out that I had it, he wanted to catch me so badly. The world laid to waste, the elusive overlord Emperor Griffin, and the strange stone that everyone seemed to want. With this mysterious puzzle, my adventure began.
What the? It came from outside! Max, that ladder there leads to the roof of the train. Go check it out.
Gotcha!
Alright. With this, we'll end up finishing Chapter 1. And for those of you wondering, it's this cutscene right here that unlocks the drawbridge in Palm Springs. However, after walking out the door to come to this fight, you can no longer go back to Palm Springs until after all this is said and done, which puts you in Chapter 2. So yes, technically all those pictures are in Chapter 1, you just don't have access to them.
Max, if we don't do something fast, we're in serious trouble. Time to fight back, son.
Sounds like a good idea, but how?
Here, use this.
So I throw this?
Yo, you toss it, and I'll grab another one. Just keep tossing them.
I'm not so sure if this... Alright, I'll do it!
Time to show them who's boss.
I should have hit the train with it. Oops, you can damage the train, by the way. Not sure how that one didn't count as a hit, but alright. It is game over here if you let the train die, by the way. Ooh. That one was too close. I was gonna jump that one, damn it. This is the worst I've ever done with this minigame.
It's on fire! Do something, you worthless look! Why, I oughta... This doesn't look good, Max. He's gonna blow him.
What?
Lob another one of those bombs at me! Come on now! Do it!
Oh no.
Is it also weird that the only part of his body that isn't tanned is the one part that should be?
Don't you ever give up? You're starting to look pretty pathetic.
What's this? Another little brat? Oh, I see.
So you want to die too? Sure, why not?
Let's go, punk! It's time to burn!
What's this?
It's you! How did you... Ah!
So that was how I met Monica. Even though it was the first time we met, I felt like I'd known her for a long time. Eventually, in the middle of the forest, the train couldn't go any further.
Stop by our rock. Gonna take some work to move that one.
That's fine with me. I've got things to do here. This place is the spirit forest, Sindane. But it's different than in my time.
Monica came from the future. She came to this time to do something very important. That's what she told me. Normally, you wouldn't believe time travel was possible. It's crazy, but this was only the beginning of our unbelievable adventure. The real surprises were still ahead of us.
If we could restore the Great Elder's origin point, he could tell us who Griffin really is.
The origin point?
Yes, an origin point is where something begins. Like a flower, you first have to plant the seed in the soil before it will bloom. In that case, the action of planting the seed is the origin point of the flower. In that way, the flower is the history that springs from the origin point. In the same way, all things that happen in the future have their origin point in the past. But if that origin point is changed, the results can be terrible. And that's what Griffin has done. Griffin has sent his henchmen to this time, altering the origin points of my time. And now he is rewriting history as he sees fit. In my time, this forest was where the Elder of the Spirits, Jurak, lived. He was very wise and powerful. His great power purified the forest and gave vitality to all the living things in it. But Griffin erased Jurak from existence. And not only Jurak, all those with the power to challenge Griffin are being erased from existence too. I don't think he'll stop until he's wiped out the entire world. So, someone has to stop him. Even now, my comrades are fighting Griffin in the future. And Max, I need you to help us.
Huh?
Yes, you have to.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right, I knew you would. Guess we're a team now, right?
And with that, Monica joined my adventure. An adventure to take back the true past, the true history that had been stolen by Emperor Griffin. Chapter 2, Resurrection of the Great Elder.
Monica has joined. Select character in the main menu to switch, or just hold down the L3 button. Obtained 5 armband repair powder.
Let's start with Sindane.
Sindane?
Max, you Bring back anything good you find. Make sure you let us know if you need a hand. Okay, take care of yourself, Max.
And you do, little girly pie. You bet! Okay, let's go.
You can now use the train to move around. Choose leave from the train door menu. Choose leave from the train door menu to return to Palm Brinks to do some shopping. As more people join your adventure, you can put them on the train. You can have your friends and the train immigrate to diorama areas or go into the dungeons with you as support characters. And with that, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. We are now caught back up with the stream, so I'm going to go ahead and hand all these over to Thorn. And we will be releasing them as they get done with them. So, yeah. I will see you guys in roughly a week and a half, maybe? And that's when we will get started on our adventure. So, well, it'll be a week and a half for me. For you guys, for you guys, it'll be right after this episode lands. I'll record the next episode the day after this one drops, if that makes sense. So I shall see you guys in the next episode. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you really enjoyed, feel free to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care.